Back to our channel. Now we are going to start the general features of ischium. So you can see this is the ischium. It is mainly placed in the posterior inferior part of your hip bone, okay, and it adjoins with the, you can see here this side, this is the lateral side of the ischium and this is the medial side of the ischium. So you can see its lateral side, it is adjoining mainly with the acetabulum, 2/5 part of acetabulum, okay, and it forms the posterior boundary of obturator foramen. So if you can see, this is obturator foramen, so it's posterior boundary. Here also you can see this is obturator foramen, its posterior boundary. So the obturator foramen anterior boundary is formed by pubis, posterior boundary is formed by ischium, okay, and the ischium has a bony and ramus. So it has a body and it's also having a ramus. So you can see in the ischium, this is the body of the ischium, this is the ramus. This ramus is also called as conjoint ischiopubic ramus. Because why conjoint ischiopubic ramus? With the pubis ramus, with the pubis inferior ramus, it connects with the ischium ramus. So this area is called conjoint ischiopubic ramus, okay. So only two parts in the ischium to see, that is the body and the ramus. Done. So now we will understand about the body of the ischium, this part, okay. So the body of ischium is thick. You can see it's like massive mass of the bone lies below and behind acetabulum. It's like very massive bone, right? And it has two ends, upper end and lower end. So it's upper end and it's lower end, okay. Lower end is like near to this conjoint ramus, conjoint ischiopubic ramus, and upper end is near to the ischial spine. So this is upper end, this is a lower end, okay. Yeah, exactly, you should say upper end is near to lesser sciatic notch, okay. So these are the two ends and it has mainly three borders. So what are the three borders? It has anterior border, this side you can see right now, this is the anterior border, posterior border of course on the back side, this will be the posterior border, okay, and it has a lateral border. So this one you can see, this is the lateral border. So this is a medial surface, right? So on the medial side, how to find the medial and lateral borders? You can see here there is symphyseal surface. Always wherever there is symphyseal surface, then this would be the medial border. So opposite to this will be the lateral border, okay. So this is the lateral border over here, and here also you can find out the lateral border here because this side is symphysis, okay. So this is lateral border. So anterior border, posterior border, lateral border, here also lateral border, okay. So these are the three borders you find on the ischium body. Let's come into three surfaces. So three borders, three surfaces. What are the three surfaces of ischium? The first surface is the femoral surface. So of course the femoral surface, you can find out this one will be the femoral surface because here is the our acetabulum which will form the hip joint with the femur. So of course this will be the femoral surface. So the femoral surface, and you have the dorsal surface. Dorsal surface will be this one, okay, and you also have a pelvic surface. Of course the pelvic surface will be this one. This is the pelvic surface, right? If you remember about our ilium, the ilium's pelvic surface is also here, right? So ilium's pelvic surface and also the ischium pelvic surface are continuous. This is over here, this is a pelvic surface. Not only the pelvic surface, even the posterior border is continuous. If you remember, this is the posterior border of ilium, it is continuous with the posterior border of ischium, like this one, okay. So now we'll check out the upper end. If you see the upper end forms a posterior inferior 2/5 of acetabulum, and the ischium, ilium, pubis fuse with each other at acetabulum, okay. This point we are seeing from beginning of all hip bones, right? And the lower end forms ischial tuberosity. So if you see the lower end, this one, this is the ischial tuberosity. Here you can find out, right? This is the ischial tuberosity, the lower end, and the ischium is having a ramus. It gives the ramus of ischium which forms an acute angle with body. So this is the ramus. So you can see this is forming like this, an acute angle. It's better to show with the sharp point, this one, okay. This is the acute angle here with the body. So the ramus is forming acute angle with the body of ischium, okay. Let's come into the anterior border. The anterior border forms the posterior margin of obturator foramen. So this would be the anterior border because it forms the posterior margin of your obturator foramen. In this side also we'll understand. So this is the anterior border. This is forming the posterior margin of obturator foramen, okay. So we got one border. Next come into posterior border. The posterior border is continuous with the posterior border of the ilium, right? That's what I said before. The posterior border of the ilium is continuous with the posterior border of ischium. So this is the posterior border, this is the anterior border. Anterior border is forming posterior margin of obturator foramen, and posterior border is continuous with the posterior border of our ilium, right? So this is about anterior and posterior border. Next, below it ends at the upper end of ischial tuberosity. So below this you will have the ischial tuberosity of the posterior border. See, below the posterior border you have the ischial tuberosity, right? It forms a part of lower border of ilium. Yeah, it forms a part of lower border of ilium. Of course, this is the lower border of ilium, right? This is the upper part, so this is the lower border of ilium. And it also forms a part of lower border of greater sciatic notch. So this is a greater sciatic notch, so its lower border is also over here, right? And below the spine, this one is the spine, ischial spine, right? So below the ischial spine, yeah, so below the spine the posterior margin shows a projection and it is called as ischial spine. They are saying about the posterior inferior iliac spine, right? So below the posterior inferior iliac spine you will find the ischial spine, okay? And below the spine the posterior border shows a concavity called lesser sciatic notch. This is the lesser sciatic notch, and the lateral border forms lateral margin of ischial tuberosity. The lateral border forms, this side will be lateral, but this is anterior, this is posterior, lateral will be back side. The lateral border forms the lateral margin of ischial tuberosity except at upper end where it is rounded. So lateral border will form the lateral part of ischial tuberosity, okay? So actually this is only lateral border. So see, this is anterior border, this is posterior border. You can see the posterior border is continuous with the ilium, and this is the lateral border. Actually this is not a 3D structure, so it's hard to show, even though I am trying to. If you see the real bone, then it would be more better, you can understand it. So this would be the lateral border, this would be the posterior border, this would be the anterior border. So what they are saying about the lateral border is continuous with the lateral border of ischial tuberosity, because this is on the lateral border only, okay? So now we'll talk about the femoral surface. So this surface is called as femoral surface. The femoral surface lies between the anterior and lateral borders, of course. So this is the anterior border, right? This is the lateral border, right? So this surface is the, see, this is the anterior border. If you understand from this diagram, this is the anterior border. Between the anterior border and lateral border, this is the lateral border, right? So between anterior and lateral border you will find the femoral surface, okay? You will find the femoral surface only near the acetabulum, because here only the hip joint will form, right? So in this diagram let us find out what is anterior lateral border. So you can see this is the anterior border, this is the lateral border, so this is the femoral surface, done. Next, coming to dorsal surface. Dorsal surface is continuous above with gluteal surface of ilium. So this is the dorsal surface which is continuous above with gluteal surface of ilium. If you remember, this is the iliac fossa where the gluteal muscles attach. So this is the gluteal surface of the ilium, right? The gluteal surface of ilium, it's continuous. Sorry, this will be the gluteal surface, because you can see anterior gluteal line, inferior gluteal line. Of course, you can understand where is there is acetabulum. This is the outer side of your pelvic bone, and this is the inner side of your hip bone, right? So inner side, this is outer side. So on outer side, of course, you'll have the femoral surface, and the dorsal surface is this one. This is the dorsal surface which is continuous with your gluteal surface of the ilium, okay? And from above downwards, it presents convex surface adjoining acetabulum. So it forms a convex surface adjoining the acetabulum, a wide shallow groove and upper part of ischial tuberosity. So it's a wide shallow groove and it's upper part of ischial tuberosity. Next, coming to ischial tuberosity, is divided by a transverse ridge into upper and lower area. Okay, the upper area is subdivided in turn by an oblique ridge. So actually the ischial tuberosity is divided into upper and lower area, and the upper area is in turn divided by means of an oblique ridge into superior lateral area and inferior medial area. The lower area is in turn subdivided by longitudinal ridge into outer and inner area. Okay, so about this we can understand more in our attachments of muscles of our ischium. Okay, Next, coming to pelvic surface, this one is pelvic surface. You can see this is smooth and forms a part of lateral wall of true pelvis. So it forms a lateral wall of true pelvis. Okay. Next, coming to conjoint ischiopubic rami. So this one will be conjoint ischiopubic rami. If you see from inner side, it would be like this. If you see from outer side, that is at the rate of acetabulum side, it will be like this. Okay. So conjoint ischiopubic ramus of the pubis unites with the ramus of ischium on the medial side of the obturator foramen. So on the medial side of the obturator foramen, the site of union may be marked by a localized thickening. Some thickening will be over here. Okay. And two surfaces, outer and inner. Okay. So conjoint rami have two borders. It has two borders, upper and lower. So this, you can see, this is the upper border, this is the lower border. Okay. So it is having two borders, upper border, lower border, and it is having two surfaces. Outer surface, this is the outer surface, and this is the inner surface. So always remember, the inner surface is smooth. If you see, the inner surface is smooth. The outer surface, you can see, it is also smooth but with some ridge-like structures. Okay. So conjoint ischiopubic rami upper border mainly forms the margin of obturator foramen. Of course, this is the margin of obturator foramen. The lower border forms the pubic arch. Okay, pubic arch along with corresponding border of bone. So it forms the pubic arch along with corresponding border of bone of opposite side. And the inner surface, this is the outer surface. So this is the inner surface. The inner surface is convex and smooth. It is divided into three areas by upper, middle and lower two ridges. So upper, middle and lower by two ridges. Actually, if you see the inner surface, here comes the two ridges in between and converts into three areas. So two ridges, three areas. 1, 2 ridges, 3 areas on the inner surface of the ischium. Okay, inner surface is convex, smooth, divided into three areas, upper, middle and lower by two ridges. So that's it about ischium general features. Next we'll talk about the attachments and relations of ischium.